All right, I'm in the opening round of the Coast to Coast tournament in the rookie division. I'm on my 77 account. This is my main rookie account, playing in a rookie expert bracket. So I don't in the weekend rounds. I never go up to the top. I just play my round. But I'm always I want to know what kind of scores should we be looking at? We've got what not quite half the people, maybe a third of the people have finished up in this bracket. So we're up at the 25. So the minimum score in this tournament, because of hole number three, really is minus 11. And my goal is to try and get hole number three and raise that to a minus 12, because this is what we're really looking for. Any course in Golf Clash, you start with minus 12 and then you look at the par fives. There are a handful of par fives in Golf Clash that are birdie holes with an eagle opportunity. And hole number three in this particular tournament is one of those holes. So I'm trying to pick that up to put me back to minus 12. And my real goal is to pick up two shots on a side and come in with a minus 14 per side or minus 28. If you're higher than minus 28, obviously you're in the catbird seat. But the way that this tournament's working out is minus 26 plus is definitely going to be a solid top 10. Depending on your bracket, that could be a win. So, looking at minus 22 as being the minimum score, if you can shoot minus 26, depending on your bracket, that could be a winning score. But I think, 28 is what you should be looking at for really trying to get a banner. But I'm really surprised at the scores that I'm happy, because I really like the tournaments that are a little bit tougher, where a lot of the tournaments that we've been playing here recently, if you didn't shoot minus 30 plus in the weekend round, you had zero chance. You had chances, and depending on your bracket, you could shoot a minus 28 and win, but minus 30 was really what we were looking for. But I really like these tournaments are a little bit tougher. So my goal is somewhere in this range, minus 26 to minus 28 for tiebreakers. In the weekend round, I'm really trying to shoot for the minus 28. And see where that puts me. And a lot of that's going to depend on bracket. So let's get rolling. So we're on hole number one. Hole number one. So we got the coronavirus going around. The United States is now at 1,105,799 people. Not good. Not good at all. When we look at the states, a lot of states opened up last weekend, and those states have started to spike up a little bit. You look at the graph and it looks like we've leveled out, but unfortunately we leveled off at 30,000 a day as our average. Fridays are big reporting days, so we had a little bit of a dip during the week. Had a spike last weekend, and that 3-day period was our spike. Fridays are always big reporting days, so Fridays, today being Friday, this is a big reporting day, so I anticipate that number is going to be, unfortunately, it will be high. So everybody be safe out there. Juniper Point, hole number two. Starting off with the par three. All right, I am working there's several. I worked a shot on this hole during the practice session, and in order to get that shot done, I'm going to need to bring out a low wind ball. Right now, I'm waiting till the weekend round. I'm trying to know there's a no move shot that you can do on this, where you can leave your ball in the spot where it started off. And I'm putting my ball in that spot. So the way that works is it is mid club, 1.75. And you're going to have to work out the top spin for your club, because if you come at this like where it starts you off right here, if you've got a Goliath which hits 135, or if you got a Saturn which hits like 125, or if you've got a Grizzly which is 126, this spot's going to be slightly different just depending on which club you landed on. You may be farther forward, you may be farther back, so you may have to adjust the numbers a little bit. I started off with one and a sliver, and then I went to a 3/4 or one, and then I went to a half to see what a half did. And a half, one put me a little short of the hole, half put me a little bit behind the hole. So I'm going to do 3/4 of a ring, or 3/4 of a bar backspin, one left-hand side spin, plus 10% mid club. So let me get my trusty dusty calculator out here. And it'll be 1.1 times whatever the wind is. So let's get at it. I'm bringing a navigator. Navigator. The other shot that I worked out on this during the practice session, I had a lot of success during the practice session, but the wind is blowing such that I have to adjust over the sand, and the shot's not working as well now as it was when I was hitting it during the practice session. So we'll see. 3/4 of a ring, a backspin. 1 left-hand side spin, mid club. I had some notes here on that, and I don't know what I did with the sheet that had those notes on it. Chilling out outside with my dog Buster. Enjoying the good weather. Okay, 1.1 times 3.6 divided by 1.75. 2.2 1/4 ring adjustment. Okay, 1 bar of side spin. 3/4 of a bar of backspin. 2.26 rings. It's 1, 2 1/4. Try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. It's going to put me just a little on the backside. Ooh, in the hole. Woo! Starting it off with a hole-in-one. That's what I'm talking about. That's the no move. 3/4 backspin. 1 left. Side spin. Mid club. Plus 10%. All right, starting it off with the hole-in-one. Man, that looked like it was going to go, it was going to be long again. That's the thing. The shot that I was practicing earlier in the week, I was avoiding that hill altogether. I was starting off low and actually putting on some right-hand side spin so that I could stay down here at the bottom of the trough where the fairway's, where it's flat on the green, and bring it to the hole and avoid that hill completely. I don't like hitting those hills because it's all speed dependent. If you got your speed right, it'll fall faster in the hole. Nice shot. And these types of holes right here, there's so many different spots. Pick a spot and work that spot to death. But your speed is what's the important thing. Is you got to come in there with the right speed so that as it flows down that hill and it breaks, it's following the break and you're getting that right. So it's very easy to get it wrong. All right, in the hole. I have a forfeit. I'm going to shoot this just in straight up. Good luck in the tournament. All right, hole number 2. This is the lowest, in my opinion, this is the lowest hanging fruit in this tournament is hole number 2. So we're on hole number 2, coast to coast. Hole number 2, and this is on Juniper Point, hole number 6. I've been really ticked off on this hole because I haven't been able to hit perfect into the cup. I finally hit a perfect into the cup yesterday. I was bringing a katana, and I was like, I started off just to cut the wind down. I was bringing a Kingmaker. You can bring a katana. You can bring anything. I'm trying to get in this minimum short iron, and I couldn't hit anything perfect, so I was like, screw it. I play this hole in one-on-one, and I use a Marlin. I'm just going to bring out a Marlin. If I can't hit perfect, I'm just wasting a ball, and then I finally hit it perfect and got it in the hole. So I'm going to bring... You can use my opinion is that you should bring a 100% accurate club to hit through there. You can try and get greedy and try and get all the way up to the cup, but or up closer to the green, so you got a short little chip. But percentage-wise, as far as consistency, just going straight forward towards that sand, laying it up so that you can get into your minimum short iron. In the tournaments, the elevation stuff that came out at the beginning of the week, we're doing a plus 10% on the drive. The elevation chart that came out at the beginning of the week says to do a minus 10% to the cup, but I've never done an elevation adjustment to the cup, and I've never had a problem if I can hit perfect of getting the ball in the hole. So I don't do an elevation adjustment to the cup. I'm never sure, like, where are they, are they talking about being a little bit farther back? So I'm never sure. I always like to establish that stuff for myself. And can you get through that gap with an extra mile? Absolutely. Absolutely. But why would you're not having to go a mile. Why would you bring a club? Now, if you're trying to get all the way up there, you want a club that hits as far forward as possible. But if you're just trying to lay it up there, I've never understood when you're going through a small gap why you wouldn't bring a club that's got really good accuracy. And they almost ended up in that sand. They're going to be in their wedge range from there. With that ball, they may be minimum short iron. .2, 10% would be 3.5. 3.5, just try and hit it straightforward, nice and easy. Hitting one ring great to the left. Nice and easy. That should put me at minimum short iron. So it's the wind, and I play my short iron at 1 per ring at max, 1.75 at mid, and 2 at minimum. So I should be at the 2 per ring. The way I play my short iron is it's 75% more accurate when it's in mid club. So whatever short iron you have, the way I play my Kingfisher and my lower developed account is 1.75 or 75% more accurate at mid club and 100% more accurate at minimum club. See if my opponent can hit perfect and get in the hole. Hitting perfect. And they've got an in-bringer and they missed. The big debate rages on the in-bringer or the rapier. And I'll tell you right now, I'm a rapier fan. There's min. There's max. So there's about mid. So we're eking towards the min. I'm not liking that. It's 2 per ring. 1.75 rings. See if I can hit perfect. Hitting perfect. I had to snap it off. I was running out of time. In the hole! Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. Getting it in the cup. Hitting the flagpole. And that's the deal. I'm at minimum club. I aimed right towards the flagpole and I hit the flagpole. So if I would have taken off wind right there at 3.5, that would have been 3.5 times 0.9 would have been 3.15, or excuse me, hold on, equals divided by 2 would have been 1.5 rings as opposed to what I did right there, 1.75. So it's possible I still would have went in on that left side, but it's possible I could have missed it just barely on the left. So I haven't found in my game that I need to do an elevation adjustment there, so I don't do it. If I can't help you guys in any other way, guys and gals, sorry about that, gals. If I can't help you in any other way, just in like thinking about your game, I know that you watch some people's content and it's like, if you do this, if you do that with that stuff and you're in that spot, that's their numbers. And you got to figure out how it works for your stuff. So if you do that, that's a great place to start. And then if you find that you're always off just a little bit, you need to make adjustments in your game in order to dial it up. Hole number 3. All right, this is the big hole right here. City Park, hole number 3. This is a par 5 that is a birdie hole with an eagle opportunity. And I'm trying to increase my odds by getting over there with a power 5 ball. I'm going to bring a berserker. I want as much wind. I want as much wind as I can because I'm using the wind. Bringing this bag right here, Extra Mile Big Dog. Those should be the only 2 clubs that I need to bring out other than my putter. I will freely admit I have pretty much a 0 chance of getting an Albie, but I am not worried about getting an Albie. I could care less about the Albie. I mean, if I got an Albie right here, I guarantee you I'm going to be woohoo. But the deal is it would be 100% pure luck. I'm trying to get an eagle because the mass majority, probably 90% of the people in the bracket are going to end up with a birdie here. And if I can get an eagle, I can get ahead of 90% of the people in my bracket. That's huge. Huge. And if you can do that on both sides, that's 2 strokes up on the group. And there's going to be a percentage of that 90 that are going to end up with par here. See if my opponent can get up there nicely. And I'm a big fan on these holes right here of bringing the biggest ball that you have in your inventory. They're going to have a little bit of a tough time getting over that fairway bunker, depending on what wood they brought. Max top spin and a couple side spin. I want to be dead center in the middle of that. Hey. 5 wind. I'm going to adjust the wind out, and then I'm going to put the power back in. Hit it 1 ring, great. Maybe 1.5 rings, great to the right, which is where I've been catching this all week, and I don't like that at all. I'm going to be stuck in the rough. Woo! That was, oh my gosh. And you can see where I came in. Where I'm trying to come in is right here because this is the closest spot to the fairway. And where I came at it over here where you're riding that rough, the only thing that saved me there was the extra mile 9. If I had an extra mile 8, I would have got caught up in the rough right there. Here's the deal. This next shot is absolutely no gimme. And yesterday, and here's one of the things I don't like about City Park is there's a lot of these holes that have a glitch in them. I'm going to call it a glitch. Let's call it what it is, where the ball will hit and then slide across the course. And coming up on this green, there is one of those opportunities where you can slide across the green and it flies over the back. And that's what happened to me yesterday. I was able to recover, but this is a tough, tough green to get on. Just a little bit of topspin on it. Just enough to get me up there. It's 2.6. It's 2.0 per ring, so it's about... And I'm going to put just a little teeny bit of power back in it. Oh, that could be big, big trouble right there. Where do I want to get up there? Anywhere up there. Don't roll down. Come on. Come on. Be nice to me. Be nice to me. Come on. Come on. Stop. Or roll to the fringe. Roll to the fringe. Roll, roll, roll. Whew. If you watch my stuff on a regular basis, you will know that I am not a very good putter. And part of that is that I learned really quick that you either need to get good at taking long putts, or you need to get good at getting closer. And I opted for I wanted to learn how to be good at getting closer and not having to take long putts. So I don't have to take long putts very often, and I'm not very good at them. I know it's funny, but I'm not the best putter in the world. All right, let's see if we can pick up the eagle here. A wind from this distance should not play a factor. Hitting it one ring great to the right. And just in the cup. Wind did not play a factor. From that distance, I could hit it great to the left or the right and it'd go in. But if wind was a factor, it would have pushed me off. So I was close enough. That's one of the things about the debate about Inbringers and Rapiers is the closer you can get that ring set to you, the less wind plays a factor and the more accurate the club gets. It's super accurate when you get close to you. All right, starting off good. Eagle, eagle, eagle. That's the way we want to start. All right, hole number 4. And this hole right here, my problem with this hole is that I'm always like right in between clubs, and it is, or not clubs, but in between mid and max. And I'm actually going to try something that I don't normally do on this hole. I'm going to try and get, so normally on this hole, I like to be right here, because if you draw a line from the green, you've got plenty of green to work with if you're out in this area. So if you're anywhere on this side of the line, you can use the entire green to get up there, but it's putting me right in between. I'm going to try and get farther out. And while that will make it so that it pinches me up against this, I may be able to do a rough bump. And I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it a look. I don't know what it takes to get out here. I don't know how much topspin it takes to get out that far. So it's very likely I could overshoot it. I'm going to take a rock. I'm a big fan of using 100% accurate driver on this. You can use a QB, but you'll probably have to use a power 3 ball in order to get into the zone. I'm going to bring a Kingmaker just to cut the wind down a little. And off we go. Off we go. Once again, I have no idea how much topspin. I don't even know if my rock has enough topspin to get me over there. It may be my QB would be a better option, because raw distance, I'm actually not using all the distance on my rock. The QB can get into the same area that I'm starting off in, but the QB has a little bit more topspin. Three, 2. I'm going to add on 10%, so it's going to be 3, 5. And then I'm going to lean up against the nubs to the right. I want the ball going to the right. Isn't it perfect? Yeah, and I think with the rock, I don't have quite enough topspin to get me at the angle so that I can use that rough bump. So that might be better with a QB, because a QB does, like I said, have a little more topspin. This is one of those holes that I'm not a fan of using like an extra mile just because of the accuracy. Stay out of the rough, stay out of it. They'll like that shot. Nice shot. They'll like that area. That's probably going to put them in a good spot. Okay, there's min. There's max. So I'm right at mid. 1.75 per ring. .7 divided by 1.75. 2.1 ranks. Trying to hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. Getting the eagle. See if my opponent can get in the hole. I didn't see where they made their adjustment. I didn't see where they're at in their club. They're close enough to that up there. They're probably, like me, pretty close to mid club. Oh. Good luck. All right. That was hole number 4, getting it done. Starting off awesome. First 4 holes, eagle, 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 eagle. Wish this was the weekend round. Okay, hold on one second. I'll be right back. All right, we're on hole number 5. Coast to coast opening round. Hole number 5. This is the par 3 at City Park. Hole number 1. All right. I hit the hole in one on this yesterday on a grate to the left. But I think that spot, my spot is, I'm doing a backspin shot on this with a Saturn and a Navigator. So let's see if I have a Saturn in the bag. We'll put one in this bag. So I got one. Taking a nav. Now let's open up this one. Save myself a couple gems. Don't get club cards if you don't open up chests. The more chests you open, the more club cards you get. It takes thousands of chests. Thousands and thousands. All right, here we roll. Okay, I'm doing this. Max backspin and however much right-hand side spin I can still get on. Okay, there's the first one. There's 1. There's 2. One right on that transition right there. $2.6 plus 10%, so it's going to be $2.8. It hits 1.9 per ring. So 2.6 times 1.1 divided by 1.9. 1.5 rings. I'm going to have to fire it off. Hitting it perfect. Whew. Can't believe I got that off in time. Just a bit on the inside. So I started off, I was right here. I started the week off here and I was over here. So I'm going to come in about a quarter of a ring, or a quarter of that cut section is going to be my starting spot. I'm working that spot. So it's somewhere, it's in that cut. right there where it comes up and meets the fringe, and just trying to drop it back down to the hole. I'm putting the right hand side spin on there so that it won't, because if you don't put the right hand side spin on there, it'll roll forward, and because everything on that hill wants to go to the left, it'll roll forward and it'll throw you way off. So I'm putting the right hand side spin on there so that when it hits with the backspin, it throws the ball to the right and almost comes to a stop, and then it rolls straight down the hill. See if my opponent can get this one going. That's the thing about these types of par threes, is there's so many different spots that you can pick, and there's none of them that are flat on this hole. None are flat. Get my birdie. Go home. Birdie. Ruined my streak. First 4 holes, I got eagles on all 4 holes. Was looking for 5 in a row. Let's see if my opponent can get in from there. Should be no problemo. Maybe. They're going to sit here and waste some time. Wait until the whole shot clock goes down. Yep. That's all right. It's their turn. They can use their time however they like. It's a draw. I will forfeit. Do not want to waste my hole-in-ones on these shootouts. Good luck in the tournament. Let's go check out hole number 6. I've been working this hole number 6. So at the beginning of the week, this is Juniper Point, hole number 5. At the beginning of the week, I came out here, and I always like to come out at the beginning of the week and no elevation adjustments, just pure straight wind adjustments, trying to hit perfect into the cup so that I can see if I actually need to make an elevation adjustment. And I came out here and I got an Albie. And then I came out with this account and was off the cup. And the community right now is saying we need to do a 10% adjustment to the cup. And I was off about 10%. So I came out and I did a 10% adjustment, hit perfect, and was off the cup. Like I didn't need to do 10%. So yesterday I came out here and I hit perfect and was just barely off the cup. So I'm going to do a 5% wind adjustment to the cup. So it's plus 20 on the drive, and I'm using the wind on the drive, so I'm not worried about the 20 on the drive. I think that I'm going to take this bag right here, and I'm going to take a Kingmaker. I'll try and cut the wind down on the second shot and give me access to more side spin so that I can get further away from that sand trap. All right, here we roll. The Big 50. The Big 50 clan. My goal here on the drive is to get in the 390 range. See if my opponent's going to the island or if they're going straight forward. If they're going straight forward, Big Topper's a better club. And they didn't take the wind out, and it goes 20%, and they're using overpower. Let's see if they can make that, or if they end up in hitting the rough right here. They're in the rough. That's the deal. You've got to make great wind adjustments, and if you're using a extra mile or an Apocalypse, you're way down in it, and you have to make a great wind adjustment. I am 5 rings off of that rough. And the wind is pushing me forward. I want to be 2 rings off of that transitional surface, and the wind is pushing me forward 2.5. So there's 2.5, and you're getting more depth down in there. And I'm going to just rub up against the nubs. I'm not putting on any more overpower to make the needle go faster, just enough to let me know. Isn't it perfect? Now look how far away from the rough I am right here. I'm 2 or 3 rings away from the rough. Look at how far I clear it on the other side. And you can do that with a low-level big topper. No fuss, no muss. 293. That's in the range I want to be at. That should be maximum long iron. And everybody out there has a big topper. I mean, you get to 2 or 3, you get a big topper pretty quick. So you can easily get this done going straight forward with a big topper and a power 3 ball. 2.2 equals. Dialing it up to the cup. Right, 2.2, it's going to be 2.3 rings. There's 2.5, so there's about 2.3. Just need to hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. So I can get it in the cup. Oh, just a little bit on the outside. And see right there, it looked like I needed to do a 10% wind adjustment, and I needed maybe 1 more bar of backspin. I think the 1 more bar of backspin would have, because I had the right hand side spin on there. When you engage backspin and side spin, the more backspin you have, if you've got side spin on it, it's moving the ball to the right, and the backspin will, when the backspin hits it, it really moves. The more backspin you have, the more it will move to the right. If I had to put the 1 more bar of backspin on there, that might have been enough to bring it around. Ooh, close. Close. What's up, Buster? Hold on, buddy. Hold on, we're almost done with this hole. In the hole. Eagle. Give myself a look at Albie. Good luck in the tournament. All right, that was hole number 6. Hole number 7. And this hole number 7 in the Coast to Coast tournament, which is Juniper Point, hole number 7. How much time we got on the video? Plenty. Right. I'm changing it up on this because we're going with a headwind here. I don't care what the community says on their chart. It's not that for the shot that I want to take here. I'm going to do a 20% wind adjustment because I've hit some perfect in this, and I'm on the right hand side of the cup. So I'm going to do a 20%. I'm going to bring a navigator. What I really would like to bring here, and what I'm going to bring here in the weekend round, is some of these Krakens, which are also 1 power balls, but they're 5 wind instead of 2. So it'll be a little easier to do the wind adjustment, and I'm bringing a sniper. That's it. That's all I need. Let me turn my grid on. All right. The wind adjustment here is a little bit difficult. I actually timed out in the qualifying round on this hole, which didn't make me happy. Not in the slightest. Let's see what our wind is. We've been getting pretty good winds here for Ricky. 3-3. It's about a 4-ring pool. I like to be wedged up. I'm right at 2 topspin. Eking right towards it. It's off to the cup, off to the side just a little. It's going to be 4 rings. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 rings. Let's try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if I'm on line with the cup. It still looks like I'm to the right. Ooh, just barely. I am getting it closer though. That 20%, I'm liking that 20%. I tried it with no wind adjust, no elevation adjustment, and I was off the cup, and then I did a 10% just to see if how the 10% was working without wind, and it cut the difference in half, and now the 20 has got me pretty close. So I'm going to change that to a 25. Plus 25. I like the distance. I want to terminate right out the cup. In the hole. On the backside, I'll do a 25 and see how that works, but I'm then dialing it in. This is a hole I've had a lot of success on, and but the way that the wind's blowing right now, this is the first time we've had this hole in a tournament where the wind's blowing, where we're getting that headwind. And working my normal adjustments. I like my chances. I will forfeit. Speed it up a little. Make sure we can get all 9 holes in on one video. How much time we got here? We still got plenty of time. Plenty of time. I'm going to go in here. Let's do that thing and then get to the screen. Twice. Exit. Exit. Hole number 8. Hole number 8 is going to be at City Park. City Park, hole number 2. And this is a hole right here. Of all of the holes that I went through, my clan, I did a video after the qualifying round and went and looked at all the holes that people were having problems with. This was the hole right here. And Golf Clash posted out a thing that 29% of the people that are on this hole are getting pars on this hole. So if you've got upper developed stuff, you can go for it. But if you don't, you need to make sure that you're out here in the fairway. Get up on there and get your birdie. 29% of the people that are in this are going to get a par. And the number of people that are getting eagle is low. So no messing around. I can afford to mess around a little bit just because I've got good recovery clubs. But even I'm taking a risk here. But I am going to bring my rock. And I'm going to bring a Kingmaker. Let's open up that pin chest, get that rolling. I'm sure there's another one behind it. I should have opened up a chest, but we're running a little low on time, so we'll just speed it up. Make sure we can get all 9 holes in. I think we got enough time. Maybe. I might have to break it off after 9 holes and then shoot 9 all by itself. I almost double Albie 9 yesterday. I got an Albie the first time through in my practice account, and then was so close to getting Albie the second time. Okay, this rough transition, I want to be towards 4 rings off of that. I'm going to do a 10% pull, so that's going to be about 3.5. Max curl. Hit it great on the inside. Now I'm going to test my adjustment, because I've been trying to go right down through the center of that. I've been trying to give myself enough room through that gap so that if I hit a grate to the left, a grate to the right, it still goes through. And I'm right there at it when I'm 4 rings off. With a QB, you're going to have to adjust it for your QB depending on how much curl you have. But if you have a QB and you put on, depending on the level, 1 to 2.5 topspin, you'll end up right dead center in the middle of this fairway every single time. I mean, it's if you're, usually with my QB, I'm 3 rings off of that surface up there, and right on it, right in the middle of that fairway. Now, if I was trying to blast it through with my QB, that wouldn't be enough. But that right there is perfect. Nice shot. That's where you want to be. That's the thing. I'll give him a nice sniper shot. All right, trying to get up in here. It is 2.1 times 1.05. 2.2 rings. And I've been ending up a little bit on the other side of the cup, so I want to stay right where I'm at. 2.2 rings. There's 1, 2, 2. Isn't it perfect? Just a bit outside. Oh. I wasn't doing any adjustment to the cup. That 0.5 that was on there, if it had been, that would have been so close. The 2.1 versus 2.2, so close that I don't know that it would have made a difference. But that was me starting off on that side of the cup, because everything's it's taking an irregular bounce when it hits that, and so it's taking an irregular bounce and it's popping it to the right. Getting up there nice. Let's get up there. Very nice shot. That's the way to get this done. The deal is to getting a birdie on this hole, if you're just laying it up there, is not that big of a deal. Okay, you don't have to get aggressive on this hole. You don't have to be all the way to the front of that fairway area that my opponent was in. You just need to be right there in the middle where they were at. You have a nice sniper shot coming to the cup. In the hole. Birdie, birdie. How much time we got? It's going to be tight. I will forfeit. I will forfeit, maybe. Good luck in the tournament. All right. We're on hole number 9. Hold on one second. All right, I'm back. So we're on hole number 9, it's coast to coast. I think I have just enough time to get this video on. So there's hole number 9. All right, I'm taking an extra mile. I've already picked the bag, so I'm taking an extra mile on a sniper and a Titan, the king of balls. I'm doing 1 less than max topspin. I'm trying to do the bounce. Did he bounce? On the 3rd bounce, I'm trying to clip the rough and just roll out onto the fairway. See if we can get that done. See if we can get this in the 9, and then I got a bunch of work to do. Just trying to get some holes in while I can. -1. Going right at that ball marker right there. And I'm doing a plus 20% on the drive, so that's 3-4. That'll be 7. So it'll be about 4-1. That's about a 2-ring pool. It's 4.2 for 2 rings. Trying to get that third bounce in the rough and then bleed out into the fairway. Hitting it perfect. Bounce number 1, bounce number 2, bounce number 3. Perfect. I'm doing a 0 adjustment. I'm not doing any elevation adjustment to the cup. I'm just doing a straight up wind adjustment. See if my opponent can get over there. How much time we got? We got just enough time to get this in. If for some reason the video stops short, thanks for watching. I'll post it. I'll fire another one back up. But when they originally did all this stuff, it was based on 32-bit. So if you got an Android, it's all 32-bit, and you can shoot 4 gigs of video, which at the resolution I'm shooting is about 56 minutes. That. Stay. Close. Depending on what their secondary club is, they may be able to recover from there. Would be easier if there's max club. So I'm right at max. Just dial it up to the cup. Right on the outside edge of that, just a straight up wind adjustment, 3.4 rings. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get in the hole. Get in the hole. Give myself a look. Come on. Oh, just a bit outside. Just a bit outside. I hit the Albie on this yesterday and I was really excited. This isn't a hole that I Albie a lot, but if you can get down into that spot right there, you got a serious look at Albie. The thing about this hole is that this is a lot like, once again, like a lot of these City Park holes. If you come at it with too much topspin, and I'd be putting some curl on that. There you go. You can slide. It'll just shoot like a rocket. Now that's going to be bad. I would have put all of the curl on that. Because the thing there is you don't have to get too aggressive. I mean, obviously you want to get up on the green, but just getting yourself back in play. Just put yourself off to the right-hand side of the green. Give yourself an opportunity to chip it up there and recover and get your eagle and move on. See if my opponent can recover from here. I mean, anywhere you're out in here, you got a serious shot. And obviously, if you can get up closer, it's better. But I mean, if you can just lay it up out here, you've got a serious chance of just recovering, getting your eagle in, and high-fiving and moving. And that is going to be way off, even if they hit it perfect. Hit it perfect. There you go. Let's see how far off that is. It looks like it's going to be way to the left. And I was wrong. In the hole. Recovered. Nice shot. Get in the hole. That's the deal. If you're not setting it up and you're not looking at it from the setup perspective, it's, you look at some of those shots sometimes and you go, man, that's going to miss by a mile. And then all of a sudden, bam, it's in the hole. Bam. All right, I will forfeit. My goal is minus 14 on a side. My goal is to get to 28. I think 28 plus is 28 plus. There's no guarantees, but it does put you in. I think it's going to put you in the banner hunt. It's going to put you up there towards the top 5. So getting a minus 15 on the front side was fantastic. Picking up hole number 1, hole number 2, hole number 4. So those 3 right there, just picking up those 3 and nice and easy on the rest. Gave myself some looks on them. Very nice round going into the backside. So front 9 minus 15. All right. Thanks for watching. Good luck in your rounds.